He comes from Chicago, Illinois. Today he lives here in Connecticut and in New Haven. Born and raised in Chicago though, and has grown up doing graffiti art as well as has gone to one of the universities in Chicago for his studies in undergraduate. So Zeph has been away from Chicago for about almost 10 years now, and has been doing his art all over the world, and showing his art all over the world. So Yale University invited him to speak and to display his art with you today. So today we're just going to talk about where the inspiration comes from these pieces, and each of the pieces are actually from different collections, but feel free to make it interactive and ask questions as talk.
As far as the title of the piece is The Coloring Book Test, and my vision that I had for that was, well, first of all, I started this painting. I painted live in Chicago, and I was at an event, and for some reason, someone who saw this piece here, which is titled Eat the Rich, they were telling me like, man, I feel like, you know, your work is like not really as hardcore, right? And I was like, well, I don't know if I was really going for hardcore. I was just more so going for getting my message across. Some people look at it as being hardcore. Some people look at it as being, you know, like cannibalism because it says eat and rich. So they think of, you know, eating an actual person, but that's not what it is. So I was like, okay, since it's not as hardcore as you think, my first thought was going back to the cartoons from like the 1940s and how we were depicted, well, black people in general was depicted in these cartoons from, you know, with Bugs Bunny, and I mean, you can go on YouTube and see these things, but they actually were banned from being shown on TV. So I felt like for me to make it a little more in your face would be, one, to just leave it all black and white, and also would be to make it an overload of those characters who would, you know, come across as speaking extremely like dumb and things like that. So from the Bugs Bunny to the character from Cold Black, you know, with the dice in his teeth are actually gold, which you can see in this picture here. And once I placed that character there from Cold Black, the two characters, one on the left shoulder being Richie Rich, and the one on the right shoulder being Pinocchio, was kind of like the good and bad angel, but instead I wanted to be the one angel is thinking of money and the other one is pretty much just a liar. And I was going to do a thinking bubble that was going to say, like, to tie in like some hip-hop references that's from the present time. I was going to put in a bubble, started from the bottom, now we're here. But it's still like, we didn't really go anywhere actually. So it's like, even though we were depicted like this in cartoons from the 1940s, you can go to 2014 and it's still kind of similar. It's just not cartoon characters, it's actual people. But this piece will be available on my website to download, and you know, people can color it in and repost it and hashtag it, coloring book test, and you know, there's going to be tons of them out there.